Thank you. On behalf of all the leadership here at St. Paul, I thank you for your generosity. In a time of economic uncertainty, both real and also pounded into our heads every day by the news, I just want to say thank you for all that you have faithfully given to St. Paul. I'm in the narthex, and I'm in the narthex because I want to get at why I think we continue to welcome so many new people and have so much energy in our congregation. Back in the 60s, this church moved their building, a significant construction project, and one of the things they did was build a huge narthex. And I talked to one of the leaders of that program. His name was Russ Schreiber, and he said the reason why they had done this years ago was because they wanted to have a gathering space. As more and more people could drive, suddenly the radius from which people could come to St. Paul grew, and people who were coming didn't necessarily know each other. They didn't all go to the same grocery store as they did the first 50 to 60 years of this congregation. People were hungry for a community, and so they built the narthex, built all the classes in the Sunday school wing. I'd like to suggest that, again, we're at one of those cultural moments when people are hungry for a community. There's all sorts of reasons why, but you can just feel it. We're all hungry, especially after the pandemic, to connect with others. And so this is what we're doing as a church right now. We're not saying, wow, times are really hard, we're going to batten down the hatches. We're saying, you know what? What's happening here is that people are discovering a community that isn't based on bad news. And the community here isn't based on who we hate and who we disagree with. The community here is based on the good news of Jesus Christ. That yes, indeed, there is a God, and that God loves all people, and the Spirit has come into our lives that we might love each other and care and participate in God's healing in this broken world as we await the fullness of the kingdom. So this year we're asking you to make a pledge to both regular giving, but also to the solar panels and the roof. And the roof is in itself a commitment by this church to say, hey, we're here. We want to be good neighbors. We care about the future. We want to be able to have reduced costs for our building so that we can be generous and share our space with other community organizations. We think there's a message and again, a fellowship that is here that we love, and we want to share that with others. So as you pledge this year, know that that's the kind of ministry you're supporting. Not a ministry that's saying, okay, we're going to batten down the hatches, but one that's saying, God has called us. God has called us with a beautiful message and this powerful love and fellowship that pours itself out in ways of serving our neighbor. So I thank you for your pledging. I thank you for your contributions, and I thank God for this ministry.